Hi guys, and welcome to this video. Today I'll be walking through automation I built for a SEO agency, and the automation was to help the SEO agency basically analyze the top competitors' websites and the content of the websites to then generate new content to make their clients' websites rank higher on Google. So yeah, let's just dive into the automation. Basically what we have at first, this is the automation. What we have at first is a Google Sheets module in make.com, and the Google Sheets module searches, it's a search rows module, so it searches for the keywords in the database of keywords. So we have like, say, 5,000 keywords for a specific niche, and then it takes the keywords and put them into this data for SEO module, which basically is a software that lets you search keywords on Google and return the URLs and the links for these websites. So yeah, it searches for all the keywords, then it iterates. In this iterator module, it iterates the output to the following modules. So the following modules run one time for every bundle. And then what happens is that the output of this iterator runs into ZeroCodeKit, which is a software that lets you extract HTML code from URLs. So basically what this does is you'll get the output of a lot of different websites in terms of the HTML code, and then we will aggregate this output into an array, which then will be sent into the text parser, so we can fit all the text into. Also, we can extract the text from the HTML code, because we can't really use the HTML code for anything. We can only use the text because we want to analyze the text and based off of that generate new content, which makes our clients' websites rank higher. So yeah, and then we use this text. Then we set the URL from the iterator module as a variable, so we can reuse it later on in the automation. And what we then do is we separate with the Make AI tool chunk text module. We separate all the text into chunks so we can fit it into the Google Sheets cells, because in a Google Sheets cell you can only fit up to 5,000 characters in one cell. So we want to chunk that a bit up. So we can fit it all in there. And basically how we structure this is that you have a maximum of 5,000 characters in a cell, and once that limit is reached, you could generate you add a new row. Later on in the automation, we'll see that. So you add a new row so we can fit all the information for all the websites. So basically, if it's a website with a lot of text, you'll, for example, have few rows, like 5 or 6 rows. And if it's just a small website with not so much text, we'll just have like 1 or 2 rows. Yeah. And then what the automation does is, it chunks up the text, and then it sends these chunks into the OpenAI ChatGPT module, which is just a message and assistant. And this module basically sends a prompt or just activates an assistant that we already created in the OpenAI platform. So yeah, you have to create this assistant and prompt it how you like, and then this module just activates that assistant and sends the input from the module as a user. What's it called? It just sends the input from this module as a user prompt to the assistant. or as a message. So we separate the text into chunks so we can fit it into Google Sheet cells. And then what we do is we send the output as these chunks of text into the OpenAI module, which is message and assistant. So this just messages the input as a user message to the assistant that you've already created in the OpenAI platform. So you have to go to OpenAI platform and just make a new assistant and prompt it however you would like to. So yeah, this assistant just checks the text for products and then lists the products as the CSV format. And then we have another message and assistant module, which then generates a short SEO, which then generates a short SEO analysis and tone of voice analysis based off of these text chunks. So we want the assistant to generate a short analysis of both the tone of voice and SEO, why this text made the website rank higher on Google. And then we also put this output into their own columns in Google Sheets. The next module here in the automation is a text parser. The first text parser here passes the output from the ChatGPT assistant to separate the SEO analysis from the tone of voice analysis, because this output basically gives us both the SEO analysis and the tone of voice analysis. So we use the text parsers, text parser modules to separate these two analyses from each other. What the automation then does is it sends this text into Google Sheets, and we mapped it all out so the text ends in the correct cells. So yeah, I'd love to show you the Google Sheets database with all the keywords and all the results and products and text and SEO analysis, tone of voice analysis, and so on. And also how we set up the OpenAI assistant. But obviously this was built for a client, so it's highly confidential. But basically this module just maps the text in the Google Sheets database so it ends up in the correct cells. And at the end here we have another ChatGPT OpenAI module, which is also message and assistant. And basically what we did here is we created an assistant for generating new SEO optimized content. So this module just generates new SEO optimized content based off of all the data we got in the Google Sheets database. So yeah, that's everything for now. If you want the blueprint for this automation, or also the whole walkthrough here, the whole guide, there's a link down below so you can get the blueprint for free.